Race fans, good evening and a very warm 3Y TV welcome to South Florida. We are live from the Homestead Miami Speedway for rounds 18 and 19 of the 2026 Rio Grande Mexican Grill Cup Series. I'm Camera Rich, joined as always by Carlos Acosta on the cameras. And Carlos, your home track has had quite the history. 2 reconfigurations over the years, and now one of the better tracks on the schedule here. Have some track facts here on the screen. 85 degrees outside, 43% humidity, partly cloud skies, and I believe the track at the end of practice was about 131 degrees. So absolutely zero grip out here for these drivers. We're actually going to have open qualifying here tonight, but a little bit of track history for this facility. It began life as a flat quad oval, like a scaled down Indianapolis. Had 4 distinct corners at it. Had a couple violent hits back in the day, including John Nemechek's fatal crash in 1997, and then it went. They actually made it into a true oval for a few years. Then in 2003, added the progressive banking, the much higher progressive banking, and now this track kind of somewhat emulates the old Atlanta, if anyone remembers that from. Interestingly enough, they reconfigured that one back in 1997 as well. So, kind of the closest thing we have to the old oval Atlanta nowadays. So it's a really, really cool track. Was the finale for many years, 2003 to 2019, and then again in 2026, we will see it back as the finale. Carlos, are you going to go to that race?
I'm saving up money for it. No word yet, but I do want to go.
I think that would be awesome, and I think what a way to finish the season out for in the real life series. I think this track just has the best vibes out there. The pale blue walls, the southern Florida. It's literally right on the edge of civilization. The Everglades are right out there outside of turn 2, and then there's just like nothing until you get to like Key West. So really cool little facility. I would love to go one day. But anyway, we are here in qualifying. We do have group qualifying, like we said. So each group broken into about 7 drivers currently. This one, Nate Hall, Thomas Capuano, James Watson, Aaron Evans, Olivia Hammond, Noah Brown, and Patrick Hahey, of those of which James Watson is currently quickest with a 33.335. And looking at the practice times, that just actually is a little bit quicker than the fastest time we saw in practice, 33.340 from Austin Beers. So track might be a little bit faster right now, and it'll be interesting to see how that kind of changes as we migrate through this qualifying session. A quick little recap of last week. I think we're going to be in for a show tonight. Ty McIntosh actually swept both races. Was not a blowout on either half. They were both really exciting races. Had a lot more power and a lot less weight in these cars. I believe it was plus 10% power and then 100 or so pounds out of the car. So drove a little bit different, a lot quicker, a lot more exciting than normal. He gets himself up to second place in the standings, so he is now firmly in the championship fight. Still Daniel Gore out in front. We'll have those up here right now, and there they are. Still Daniel Gore up there in front. 20 points is the gap, so I think McIntosh has a lot of momentum coming into tonight. He'll just have to capitalize on that and make some good results out of it. Does he have the bravery to tackle this Homestead track tonight? We will definitely have to wait and see. He was about, I think he was about P11 there in practice, so probably not where he would like to be speed-wise, but team standings there on the right your screen as well. Redux Racing leads a team fence line. It's kind of been, as we've mentioned just about every week, it's been the 2 juggernauts of the series, and then there's RK Motorsports there in third. Believe that we should be getting into the second group of qualifying here. My camera is actually kind of bugged out there for a little bit, but that was Ty Alkus, and this is Austin Beers on the racetrack. So, yep, definitely here in the second group of qualifying. Austin Beers in the, I believe that's one of the cars from Fast and the Furious, of which I don't think I've seen past the 3rd movie, so I probably need to get myself on that a little bit better. Dallas Myhand here, we got an onboard with him tonight, and what a beautiful car. Love the pink and blue vibes. That actually fits Southern Florida and this track very well, so I can see a little bit of shimmer on there, a bit of spec map work, so props to whoever did that. It wouldn't surprise me if that was a Bojo car. This car is from Initial D, so there's Darren Staff. We got an onboard with him as always, and it looks like he's got a proper round wheel for tonight, so doing the world a favor by actually using one of these proper types of wheels and not a formula wheel, because that just looks silly and it probably drives a little silly too. But he's currently in P13. Don't believe he's actually set a fast lap yet. I believe what he's on now would be the fast lap. We have a new pole setter for the time being. It's Austin Beers at 33.241. And he's got a couple thousandths over Noah Brown, so the two best friends there on the front row as we sit. Here's Darren Staff for his fast lap. Where does he end up?
9.
He goes up to P9, which, well, I would have thought we'd see a little bit more speed out of that 45 at the moment, but
You want to hear an interesting thing with Darren's car?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
So there's a ban on any anime or cartoon content or paint schemes in this league. But the workaround is that there is an Initial D live action movie. It's not good. I've seen it. And so that's why this scheme is approved.
Well, there you go. I'm a lover of loopholes, and Carlos, I love that there was a loophole applied to get that car into the race. And you know what? Sometimes it's just better to do it and ask for forgiveness later, and you know, maybe try to bend the rules a little bit. But either way, great looking car. I gotta say, very, very nicely done. Here's Sam Boutwell in the yes, that's chrome car, the oops all chrome car, if you will. Very bright, very noticeable here on the track because it shines everywhere. It's kind of something that I would say is an epilepsy warning at points. But he goes P8 in the bright chrome car, and on board with him. See, not a terrible amount of off throttle time. We do have a little bit more power than normal. I believe it's 103% or something of thereabouts. 567 horsepower was the number that I heard in the pre-race thread. And we'll see if Sam can go any quicker here on this second of the quick laps. And no, he does not. Down to the apron he goes and off the track. Group 2 will be finishing up here, and right about now, Guinan Jones will have to finish his lap and then come down pit road. Here is Group 3. Daniel Gore, very eager to go out. Doing a little burnout, as one would. So this will be Zach Evans, Adam Peeler, Dave Huckleberry, Daniel Gore, Jake Scarborough, who I don't believe is here, Johnny Eckert, who I don't also believe is here, and DJ Weeks, who is here. And I was correct. I was incorrect. Johnny Eckert is here. Jake Scarborough is here as well. So don't mind me. I just work here. It's Dave Huckleberry in the. I believe that was a Rudy car.
Yes.
Don't maybe. I don't know the reference, so I would be stupid if I tried to explain it. But I'm sure there is some kind of football reference. And I'm not the biggest of football fans myself, so I'm sure somebody knows. It's obviously not just me. Oh, we do have an Aaron Evans update. He has not, well, no, he actually has had his qualifying time, which is 33.592. He's currently P2, but we got an update. He's only 2 drinks in so far.
P12, actually.
He sure is. Just got bumped down to P13. There's Zach Evans in the Me Fine car. We've seen this one before. Currently in a 14th. Has not set a has not set a heater yet, it looks like. Daniel Gore out of turn number 4, trying to see if he can go faster than his current time, 33.347. He does not improve. It's at the P5 for the 3-time champion. Zan Peeler in the Paul Menard-inspired Nurse Aviator Chevrolet. He sits in P9 currently.
I was there for that race when the tire exploded.
Really?
Yep, I was in by turn 1.
Ooh! Save it, and he does down into the, I think, painted asphalt that is, or something, but goes hopping along and doesn't wreck the car. Here's Johnny Eckert. He's the NX OSCA champion, the ex-holder of the all-time win record, which I do believe now is kind of bouncing between Austin Beers and Daniel Gore. I believe Eckert might have a win here in OSCA Pass history, and unfortunately, SimRacer Hub's stats are not quite working right now, so I'm not able to pull that up, but I would like to say that Eckert has won here in the past. This seems like a track he would be good at. One where Eckert, you know, I believe back in the day he was the best at tire saving and fuel saving, definitely fuel saving for whatever reason. That man could get 5 more laps out of the tank than just about anyone else. But this is a track that generally, if you have those types of skills, you do tend to run well at. Fastest of this last group currently is Daniel Gore in P5, so we might actually see the track slowing down a little bit. That could very well be the case, but we do have some heavy hitters in all 4 groups, so that definitely remains to be seen. 84 degrees outside. Winds 18 miles an hour from the northeast. So I believe that gives us a crosswind down the backstretch, or such thereabouts, just a small little crosswind, kind of biased towards turn 2. Zach Evans goes up to P6 with a 33.373, and Daniel Gore, I believe he improved a little bit as well. Swap with Kynan Jones, 33.342 for the number 69. Here's our last group of qualifiers. Ray Bracey, Ty McIntosh, Eric Ziegel, Neil Rutt, Dave Carpenter, Dylan Gooden, and the man on your screen right there, the number 99 of Gilberto Javier Gamera. Believe that a couple drivers who were in prior groups have not made laps as of yet. Nate Hall being one of those. There's Ty McIntosh in the Chai Mater car, which we gotta take a peek at this one. This is another of Bojo's creations. Ray Bracey has cooked yet again, inspired by, of course, Toe Mater from the Cars series. But on the track right now, that is a great looking car. And another one that I don't think we actually had a good look at just yet, but the 54 Olivia Hammond, she's in a Lightning McQueen looking car. So definitely we'll see that during the race. But I believe it is actually, now the theme is movie night. So that would be the explanation of Huckleberry's scheme. So we'll have to get another look at it during the race, and I'll look at that movie, but I'm sure that next time I see him, he'll probably call me young or something like that, because that probably is an older movie, but quite all right. There's Ray Bracey there in the number 7. He is getting a little bit loose there through turn number 2. Has not set a lap time yet. 1993. Okay, that's actually not that old. Because a couple of my favorite movies, I believe both of them came out in 1993. And those movies are, number 1, Dazed and Confused. Love that movie. And number 2, So I Married an Axe Murderer. And if anyone knows anything about either of those movies, number 1, thank you. And number 2, You are a great person.
Really
There's Ray
enjoyed.
Bracy. He has hit the wall.
Really enjoyed watching A Clockwork Orange. Thought way too young though. And lately, my favorite book has been turned into a movie this year, and it's really good. It's my favorite movie so far.
Oh, which one?
Project Hail Mary.
Very cool. Very cool. Ty McIntosh on a fast lap right here. Let's see where he ends up to P number 1. Ooh, 33.235 for the number 10. So he jumps ahead of Austin Beers right now for provisional pole with about 4 minutes remaining in the session. I'm not sure if race control will run that out or not, but I believe these should have been equally spaced, so we can assume that that probably will be the case. But a very fast lap there for the number 10 of Ty McIntosh, and puts himself up in a great position to ride the momentum wave he has had over the last few weeks, having some great runs. Of course, the sweep at Talladega can't really get much better than that out of a weekend. But here's Ray Bracy on another fast lap. Last time we saw him doing a little bit of wiggling and a little bit of wrecking as well. Wrecked the car out of turn number 2. And trying to get himself up the grid order just a little bit. He currently sits in the number 16th position, so he would like to improve that by quite a bit. Still good right behind him as well. Dave Carpenter off the track. Neil Rutt in the number 66, the Kyle Petty 2000 inspired scheme. Ray Bracy did not improve his lap time. He sits in 16th place after his most recent lap, and I believe Neil Rutt might have hit the pit wall there, or might have been aiming for it.
Well, 5th for Eric.
Yeah, great lap for the 55 of Eric Ziegel. New scheme for him tonight. We usually see him in a black scheme, and he's in a gray scheme this week. I'm sure there's a reason for it. And if we talk to Tom or any of the other TFM cars, I would love to know that reason. 2-minute warning left in the session. Bojo here goes into turn number 1. Let's get it on board here with number 7. Let's see what he's doing on his qualifying lap, if we can possibly at all do that. Down the backstretch here into turn number 3. This is an oval, but Carlos, you know this as well as I do. This doesn't drive the same on both ends of the track. You do end up driving both ends of the track just a bit differently.
Yeah, I believe from my personal experience, you really kind of, as the run goes on, and also from what I've seen in real life, you kind of really run that high line on 1 and 2. And then 3 and 4, if you can, work the bottom. If not, you kind of run that middle line and kind of arc it a little bit.
Yeah, it's one of the things that you don't really experience while just looking at the track, because it just looks like an oval, but it definitely has... It definitely is not a true oval in the sense that I believe it is just wonky a little bit. It might be, but you look at the track map, which I think comes from GPS data or something like that. It is a little skewed on it's not like a perfect oval there. And you definitely feel that while you drive the track. But looking at qualifying here, 40 seconds left in the session, so unless someone can go out there and run something quicker than a 33.236, we might see Ty McIntosh on the pole. And of course, Ty McIntosh, Austin Beers, 2 drivers that have had a run in this year. So we are setting up for a classic OSCA race of something happening, something fun or ridiculous or whatever. It will happen here at Homestead, Miami Speedway. 10 seconds left here. I think that will be official. Nobody really out there on a heater. So Ty McIntosh will be your pole sitter. 2 wins in a row. And now a pole for the number 10. He is on fire right now. Not literally. At least hopefully not. And hopefully it can stay that way. But very much momentum going into tonight's race. We'll go ahead and get your grid rolling here shortly. Go through the field, which looks to be about 28 strong. Hey there, Ty McIntosh and Austin Beers. Your front row, third place, Noah Brown and James Watson. He lines up fourth. Eric Ziegel in the 55. He lines up in fifth. So 5-5-5. That might be a good omen for him. Daniel Gore in the 69. He lines up in the sixth place. Connor Jones lines up seventh. Zach Evans in the number 6. He lines up in eighth. Dallas Mayan in the beautiful pink and blue 3x television Toyota. He lines up ninth next to Johnny Eckert, the white car with a little bit of spec map on the green. Good looking machine. Ty Alkus, he lines up 11th next to Ray Bracey in the number 7. He lines up in 12th. Patrick Hahey in lucky 13th tonight next to Adam Peeler in the number 27. He's 14th. 15th place, Dave Huckleberry in the 52. Next to Olivia Hammond, there is a lightning between McQueen. I couldn't say that there. She's in 16th. 17th place, Dylan Gooden. There's the team owner, or the other driver of Olivia Hammond Motorsports. Next to Sam Boutwell in the 47. Darren Staff lines up 19th next to Dylan Thomas, who we don't have a scheme for there in the 20th place. Dave Carpenter lines up 21st in the blackjack position. Aaron Evans, 22nd. Thomas Capuano, 23rd, next to Gilberto Javier Guimar, 24th. 25th is Neil Rutt, next to DJ Weeks in 26th. 27th, Nate Hall and Jake Scarborough. I don't believe he's actually here tonight. So 27 cars to start tonight's race, and there we go. Just repositioning my camera real quick, but Homestead always the fun turns 1 and 2 because you can really go up there on the outside and kind of hang it out and keep a lot of throttle and get a huge run off turn number 2 and really make something happen. So we'll see if anyone here on the outside row, Austin Beers, he usually has the testicular fortitude to do something like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's the one that does it, but anyone up there can presumably do that. So we'll see what happens here in turns 1 and 2. We are past the midway point in the season, so championship implications are coming into effect. We kind of know who our do's and don'ts are for the season at this point, and there are some drivers heating up, some cooling down. But anyway, another race is out for tonight, and that does mean that all of that could be reset. Pace truck is in. And we are underway here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Good restart for, looks like just about most of the field. Nothing too terrible here into turns 1 and 2. Let's see what happens. Does anyone go up to that outside line? Austin Beers, he's hanging tough around the outside of Ty McIntosh. I think he's going to get a good run here out of turn number 2. But Noah Brown, he's looking 3 wide down the backstretch on his teammate there in the number 10. Who's also under fire from Eric Ziegel. So a Redux TFM kind of scrap here. Conan Jones in the Arcane Motorsports car. He is trying to get himself up there into the fight. A little bit of contact. Oh, Noah Brown sideways. Save it. He does. Wow, what the big piece of driving there from the 65. And there definitely was some contact with Conan Jones. Noah Brown now kind of struggling in a 3-wide situation with his teammate. That's Daniel Gore and James Watson. It's now back to 2 wide, so Noah Brown can kind of finally collect his thoughts there a little bit, but behind him, they cannot. They are 3 wide. James Watson there on the inside line. Almost some contact with Ray Bracey. Zach Evans all the way there at the top of the racetrack. I think they are starting to settle themselves out just a little bit here, working lap number 3 of this race. And what an exciting start. See, Zach Evans there already up using the wall in turns 1 and 2. And looks like he will try to make that work. That is a dangerous thing to do here on the iRacing service. That has a tendency to kind of burn your tires up a little bit if you do it too much. So we'll see if Zach kind of uses that as a passing lane, or if he's using that as his racing line. We'll see if that can keep his tires on. But have a little bit of side-by-side here. Noah Brown and Kynan Jones. That's for the 5th position. Daniel Gore there as well, trying to fend off the 85. And down the backstretch, I think we already see the outside line kind of coming into play. Some teammate work up at the front of the queue here. Austin Beers and Eric Ziegel, they were kind of bump drafting. So something you typically see at a place like Daytona or Talladega. But we've seen these two teammates work so well all season. And already here on lap 5 of this Homestead race, they are doing it once again. This is the big wad of cars through turns 1 and 2. They're looking 3 wide there. Johnny Eckert there. Oh, contact! Who is that? That's the 85 of Kynan Jones. Coming back on the racetrack. Oh, it's going to be close. Ray Bracey had to slam on the binders and slow that car up, or he was going to slam into the back of 85. And good piece of driving by everyone involved there to not have a wreck and bring out a caution, because that would have been huge for whoever hit the wall or hit somebody or hit something. But up here a little bit further up, we do have a very fast number 90 of Johnny Eckert getting himself up into this lead car battle. Now side by side with the 69 of Daniel Gore into turn number 3. He's got to fend, or he's got to do something with the 10 of Ty McIntosh. Those two Redux teammates kind of had some contact here into turn number 1, and there's another Redux car, the 65 of Noah Brown. Johnny Eckert pulls up right behind here and slots into the 6th position. Kind of hard to pass here with this low horsepower, high drag package. You got to really be calculated with those passes and time them perfectly. Here's Dallas Myhan. We saw him trying to make a move on around the outside of Johnny Eckert. That was Johnny Eckert slammed that door shut, and now Myhan is side by side with Zach Evans there in the number 6 car. We've seen Zach do historically pretty well at races like this, where you got to tire save and manage that right front. Thinking back to one of the Kentucky championship races where he was by far the quickest car on a long run, just could not really, just kind of ran out of laps there at the end. I believe that might have been Daniel Gore's 1st or 2nd championship. There's Neil Rutt down pit road with a potential problem in the 66.
There's a meatball.
He sure does have a meatball. I don't know what happened to that car. I can see if he made contact with anything. He's made some contact with the wall out of turn number 4. Not sure if he made more, because that wasn't a terrible amount, but he did come down pit road right after that. So, yeah, definitely thinking that would have had to be the reason. Up 6, turn 4. Yep, there it is. I mean, that is, relatively speaking, Carlos, that's a pretty light hit. But definitely damaged something there, probably in the right rear, that iRacing deemed something we had to fix, but...
He did go to pit road, and like almost immediately his meatball flag was cleared, so it's probably less than 30 seconds that the required repairs were.
That could be the case. We do have some 3 wide here. Noah Brown, Ty McIntosh, and Johnny Eckert there on the outside. This is the battle for 4th position there. Top 3 are single file: Eric Ziegel, Austin Beers, and Daniel Gore, but it is a scrap behind them. A couple newcomers into this mix. There's the 78 of Dallas Myhan, who has continued the charge forward in that number 78. These RK Motorsports cars a little bit boosted because it's the team owner's home race, so they got that that NASCAR little something extra going on.
Put special tires on these cars.
Sure enough, and it's doing well. Dallas Myhan there has got himself into the top 5, going around Daniel Gore. Or that's, well, no, that's the wrong person. That's Ty McIntosh. I got a little bit crossed up there. I was looking.
Ty Mater.
Yeah, Ty Mater. I was admiring how well that car was done.
Oh!
Oh, trouble! Beers and Gore! First caution of the day. Beers nudges the inside wall. I don't think Daniel Gore hit anything, but definitely those two were the perpetrators of the incident. I think we're looking at some net code here down the backstretch, but right there, just some contact. Tiny bit of net code. I think there would have been some contact regardless, but it's one of those things where some nights the net code it giveth, and sometimes the net code taketh. Here on board with Austin Beers. We'll see what he sees, which is a spin here. Should be a minimal amount of damage there for the 19 car. Should be able to get that fixed up and keep on going, no problem here. But our first caution here on lap number 12. And we will see some pit stops. Not sure if Eric Ziegel knows he doesn't have to take this inside this inside access road, but regardless, probably not going to make a difference. See the rest of the field start to file down. Actually, kind of a split decision here. A couple drivers elect to stay out, and see a Redux trio there that are actually staying out. Ty McIntosh, Noah Brown, Ray Bracey, all electing to stay out. Dylan Thomas, Sam Boutwell, Gaboter Javier Gamera also joining that as well. And then Aaron Evans, looks like he is also going to stay out. Johnny Eckert as well. So that's 8 cars that have stayed out there. And there is Ty Alcus in the 89. He is the first one off pit road. Gonna assume that he probably took 2 tires.
Yes, he did.
A little bit of strategy played for the number 89, which driver which we saw get his first win a few weeks ago at the Slinger. Second race at the Slinger Speedway out of 3. Well, we do have an explanation from Fenceline Films. Eric is Sean's car from the beginning of Tokyo Drift. Austin Beers is Brian's Skyline from Too Fast and Furious. My car is, so that would be Tom's, is Brian's Lancer Evo from Too Fast and Furious. Tyler's car is Jesse's car from Fast and Furious #1. So thank you, Tom, for explaining that. I am not a big movie person. I think the last time I saw a Fast and Furious movie, I was about 10. And I mean, I probably need to just brush up on it because there's no reason for me to, no reason for me not to see those. But Bojo had a problem there. He's actually off the racetrack. Not sure what happened to him, but
He's right there.
oh no, okay. He popped out for a minute, but yeah, he's good to go. Okay. Well, anyway, maybe there's a ghost in my house or something like that. I'm not too terribly sure, but definitely saw that number 7 like blink out or something. Stop and blink out or do something like that. But we are about to go green here real quick. I'd like to welcome our chatters. Have Aaron Evans, Camel Camping, Brett Jones, Thrasher, and of course Fenceline Films telling me that I need to brush up on my movies. But there's the pace truck in, and the leader's going to be that number 90 of Johnny Eckert. Here we go once again. A little bit of tire spin from the front few cars, which we'd expect because they are on the older tires here. But the first car out on the freshies should be, I believe it's going to be the 55 of Eric Ziegel. He is right there at the left side of your screen, coming now outside of the 03 of Dylan Thomas. It's going to put him in the top 5 once that pass is made, but the speed difference here going to be pretty wild for a couple laps as the fresh tires give that 55 a huge advantage. He's now behind Noah Brown coming off the corner. Just has so much more grip. He can do whatever he wants right now compared to these other cars, but Oh, almost in trouble there with Hey. Wow, sideways, and he saved it once again. Oh, they're still trying. Beers in the wall. They're still trying. Beers into the 87. Caution now once again.
They're wrecking that whole set of corners.
Lord, have mercy. Well, interesting. We'll see what happened here. Yeah, definitely 48 of Aaron Evans kind of perpetuating some of that contact, but let's roll it here once again. And yeah, there was some here there with Hey. Austin Beers was behind him.
Actually, hold on. This actually took a little bit before. Kind of going in the straightaway here. There's a little bit of contact just past the start-finish line. It looked like the 48 slid up into the 87, and I got the 87 a little squirrely going into the corner, which is not really the position you want to be heading into turn 1.
Yeah, that was the first contact there, and then I think Aaron just slides up again. I would say definitely the contact initiated by the 48, kind of both times. So, hey, he gets sideways a little bit here. Austin Beers into the wall and then into the back of the 87, which might be more damage than he received from that first wreck anyway, but has not been the half one to remember for the 19 so far. We're only here on lap 18, so he's got a lot of time left, and on board here with Darren staff, we saw what happened, and a couple other drivers kind of getting a little bit of that as well.
The rest of the, actually, no. 4, 5, 6 drivers who have yet to pit still stayed out. But the majority of the field who did stay out are back in.
Yeah, but you can see the field down and away. Austin Beers will be there for a little bit to fix damage, I'm sure. Definitely been an exciting one so far, I'd have to say. Lots of 3 wide and contact and a couple medium-sized wrecks. There's your race recap. Lap 19 of 52. Leader Ty McIntosh in the Ty Mater car there. 2 cautions, 2 lead changes. Let's re-rack the top 10. Ty McIntosh, Ray Bracey up there in the second. So Redux 1-2. Eric Ziegel, Sam Boutwell. Dylan Thomas is 5th. Johnny Eckert, Dallas Myhand, Gilberto Javier Gamera, Dylan Gooden, and Noah Brown. That's the top 10.
Just realized I had the wrong information up there. Also, I don't know if you mentioned it, it is a top 10 invert.
Yep, it sure is. So I think we've been bouncing between 10 and 15 all season. It's 10 for this race. Lights off on the pace truck here, so we will be going green at the end of this lap. Looking through the field, I think most of the drivers have fixed their damage, so we should be all set here for some excitement here on this restart. As we have a couple fast drivers very far back, so definitely expect we'd have to see them flying through the field here before too long. We also have some very fast drivers here up at the front, namely Ty McIntosh, Ray Bracey, Eric Ziegel. Your top 3, all winners in the OSCA Series. Pace truck is off, and green flag we are. Great restart on the outside for Ty McIntosh. Not so great on the inside for Ray Bracey. He's going to be under fire for that position from the 47, Sam Boutwell. Ooh, I think Eric Ziegel, of course, he's got the fresh tires here at the front, and he's going to be much quicker than Ray Bracey. I think we kind of forgot about that for just a second, but look at this wide down the backstretch. Contact with the 7 and the 55 there. We almost had our third caution, but Kept it green here for the time being, working lap 22. Once we get to the line, Ty McIntosh leads us. Eric Ziegel there in the 55. Remember, he's got fresher tires, so he is on a charge. You can see the speed difference here through turns 1 and 2. Absolutely nothing that Ty could do there. Ziegel's going to effectively drive around the number 10 for the lead. And what these other drivers, there's kind of Jones there on the same strategy going around Ty. Ooh, almost some contact through turn 4. We're going to see the drivers who have taken tires kind of filter through the field as this strategy plays itself out. So kind of Jones on fresh tires. Ty McIntosh, he's going to continue falling back. Dylan Gooden on fresh tires. Dallas Mayan on fresh tires as well. Here he goes. Darren Staff and Daniel Gore all going around the number 10 of Ty McIntosh, so he has to sit here and wait and just watch as they kind of drive around him. Nothing he can do here. On board here with Darren Staff in P5. He's got the number 75 of Gooden in front of him. Great run for that 75 so far. Going to our multicam, the number 27 Peeler. So that is top screen battle around for the 10th position. Bottom screen is the battle for the lead. It's a 4-car or 5-car battle for the lead currently. Eric Ziegel has it, but he's got a couple hungry drivers behind him. Con Jones, Dallas Mahan, Dylan Gooden, Darren Staff. RK Motorsports looking very fast tonight. Trouble, Peeler and Brown.
No
Into
caution,
the wall.
caution.
Ty Alkus was involved as well. Oh, we had some more contact there under caution. Who was that?
'27 hit the outside wall, and I don't know if he hit it really hard or if it was some weird iRacing thing. It just shot him straight down the track.
Yeah, we'll take another look at it here. Out of turn number 4, they were 3 wide. Peeler
I think he just came down.
Yeah, he hit the wall and then just kind of a small oopsie is what I would say, and then of course Brown and Ty Alkus getting the worst of it really. Brown got hit a second time by James Watson for some reason. I'm not really sure what went on there.
Oh, yeah.
James Watson with a meatball. On board here with Noah Brown, and shouldn't be too much damage from that first hit. He slides up onto the track just a little bit, and then another hit from James, which that broke something on James's car, I think. He got a meatball out of that. He's driving around with a meatball currently, so he's gonna have to get something fixed on there.
I just don't think
I guess just couldn't see through the smoke.
And you see the tire tracks. He was holding the brakes. The car just wasn't stopping.
Sure, looks to be the case. Well, we'll see what the damage is for James here as he pulls in. Rest of the field coming in as well for tires and fuel. It's DJ Weeks in the 97, one of the part-time drivers. And I think in DJ Weeks, one of those drivers where in chaotic races we kind of see him shine. So he knows how to keep his nose clean and stay out of trouble, and probably do well here tonight. James has gotten the meatball cleared, I believe, so probably just taking the time to fix a little bit more of the optional damage that car has at the moment. But we are working our third caution of the night. And let's take a moment to go through the whole field real quick. Eric Ziegel is your leader. Connor Jones second. Actually, I don't think we have time for the whole field. Let's go ahead and just re-rack the top 10 here. Connor Jones is second there. He's on the bottom. Dylan Gooden, I'm showing him in third. Dallas Myhand fourth. Daniel Gore is fifth. Darren Staff in sixth. Zach Evans there in seventh. Thomas Capuano eighth. Livy Hammond, she's in ninth. And Dave Carpenter there in 10th. So right around the halfway mark of this first half. And has not been short of excitement. We will probably continue seeing that. A couple drivers with some questionable damage in the field. I'm showing a lot of damage on the rear of the 45 of Darren Staff, right on the right rear, which is where you don't want the damage to be on these cars. So we'll see how that affects the handling. Yep, he did get hit there, and hopefully it doesn't affect the handling there too much. But green flag out here once again. Connor Jones got a great restart. I don't think he was the leader, so we'll see if that gave him a black flag or not. But here through turns 1 and 2, Connor Jones does get to the lead there on that second lane on the racetrack. Don't believe that Kynan has a black flag, so I guess that start was okay per race control here. Battle for the 4th position. Dylan Gooden and Daniel Gore. Daniel Gore a little bit sideways there through turn 4. These cars have a giant spoiler, but you still got to drive the car, and that car was all sorts of sideways. Good save for him. Three wide action here out of turn number 2. Go back to 2 wide. Connor Jones has done a good job of keeping the lead that he got out of that restart. You can see that he has a little bit fresher tires than Eric Ziegel, it looks like. So about a 5-lap tire difference for the number 85 versus the 55. I don't think Eric Ziegel cares too much. He's looking racy there with the 85. Through turns 1 and 2, had the nose stuffed up underneath there. We have some 3 wide down the backstretch. Teammates Dylan Thomas and that's Zach Evans. Looks like Johnny Eckert's up there. Olivia Hammond was part of the 3 wide for a moment. Ty McIntosh there on the bottom. He's now joined that 3 wide party into turn number 2. Multicam on the bottom of your screen. That's got the leaders, and then the top cam was looking around P9 or so. We have some contact. Dylan Thomas and Olivia Hammond. A little bit of door banging down the backstretch. I think Dylan Thomas is going to make that pass on the 54. Coming to 20 laps to go here at Homestead, so time quickly running out for these gentlemen and lady. Darren Staff up there in turns 1 and 2, using that extreme high line, trying to get some momentum built up down the backstretch. It's working a little bit. He noses ahead of the 10 of Ty McIntosh. But with these 550 package cars, everything happens so slowly. So it just, you got to time these runs perfectly there. Thomas Capuano, haven't talked about much about him all race. He is running there in the 7th position. That kind of interesting green colored machine, the 21, but looks good nonetheless. He's currently 3 wide there. Big Neil Rutt has come down pit road for something once again. Lots of action happening at the front. Ooh, Johnny Eckert sideways. I think there was some contact with, not sure if it was Gilly or if it was Olivia Hammond, but definitely one of those two. fast movers through the pack. Ty McIntosh has gotten himself up to the 4th position. We're on board here with Kynan Jones, the current leader, looking back from him. At number 55 of Ziegel. Remember, he's got a 5-lap tire advantage, that being Kynan Jones over Eric Ziegel. So Eric Ziegel, of course, doing a good job to hold on to that position he's got right now. We had some 3 wide for a moment. Teammates Daniel Gore and Ray Bracey, with Dylan Thomas being the perpetrator of the 3 wide move here, but on board here with Dallas Mayan. He is 3rd. He is in a battle for that position with Ty McIntosh. Now that fast charging number 10 is coming. That's going to be in a video at some point, but here they go through turn number 4. McIntosh on the inside. He's going to make that move relatively easy. Move him up to the 3rd position. They're scrapping behind them as well. Dylan Thomas and Ray Bracey, they can't figure it out. Ray Bracey has it now. Now it's going to be Thomas and Myhand on that high side, so he should have the advantage. Hard to pass on the bottom here with these cars at this track, but now we have a battle for 2nd. Ty McIntosh is not done. Into turn number 3, he's side by side with Ziegel. It's tight through turns 3 and 4. Ziegel high, McIntosh low. McIntosh with a bit of a push from his teammate. Here comes Ray Bracey. He's going to push the 10, but past the 55. So make it a Redux 2-3. They're now chasing the 85 of Kynan Jones, the RK Motorsports car. I believe that the tire advantage, do we have a tire chart for these as well? I think the 10 and the 7 might be a bit better than the 85. Sure enough, Kynan Jones on 19-lap tires there, and McIntosh, Bracey, Thomas, they're all on 12-lap old tires now, so that 8 laps is the difference there. I think McIntosh going to get to the 85 pretty easy here. I don't think Kynan Jones is going to have too much to say about it. Lots of comers and goers in this first half. See Olivia Hammond, she was in the top 5 about 5, 6, 7 laps ago. She's back to 16th now. McIntosh to the inside. Kynan Jones doesn't have much to fight with. 8 laps is the tire difference, and there the 2 Redux Racing cars go. Ray Bracey up to 2nd. Ty McIntosh up to the lead. Dylan Thomas, he's got the same tire strategy as well. I think he's going to make the move here on Kynan Jones here in just a moment. We've got a scrap behind this. Sam Boutwell and Dallas Myhand are going at it pretty. They were leaning on each other through turns 3 and 4. There's Gilberto Javier Gamera who's entered this fight. Daniel Gore behind Sam Boutwell. And then DJ Weeks and Dylan Gooden, they're right there at the end of this pack. So racing all over the racetrack right now. Sam Boutwell has the top 5 position right now. That's the head of this pack, but he's all sorts of sideways. Oh, Dylan Gooden, we have a trouble through 3 and 4. Dylan Gooden up the track, and DJ Weeks getting collected as well. Trying to get that car back going straight. He's going to do it. No caution. So through all this, Gilberto Javier Gamera, he is up to the 7th position. Daniel Gore back in the 8th position. A couple drivers that looked really strong earlier. I think maybe caught out by the strategy here, but 10 laps to go here at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Ty McIntosh is your leader, 2/10 over his teammate Ray Bracey. Ray Bracey has not won a race this year, and looking at the contact there between Gooden and Weeks. That was almost a 4-car wreck, but somehow everybody kept it straight and kept it going. We're on board here with Ray Bracy. He can smell the blood right in front of him. He can probably also smell the rust from the number 10 in front of him. He's 2/10 away from his first win in a while. First win of the season, and maybe first win in a couple seasons. It was, have to go. If I had the stats page, I could pull that up and give you an answer, but Sim Racer Hub has failed me tonight, so I won't have that answer. But Ray Bracy, it's been a while since he's won, and I think he would love to do that again. So he's 2/10 away from that currently. He's got the win right in front of him. He's got to pass his teammate for it, but he's also got a fast-charging Dylan Thomas behind him. Battle for fifth here, heating up. Sam Boutwell, Gilberto Javier Gamera, and Daniel Gore all going at it. Sam Boutwell, he has it. He's had a good run so far. 7 more laps to keep that chrome horn machine up at the front, and he's going to get overtaken on the outside by that number 99. Back to 6th for Sam Boutwell. He's going to have to hold off to 69 now. I think Dylan Thomas has fallen off these top two just a little bit. You can see some of the front runners have fallen back quite a bit with this strategy, namely looking at the 55 of Ziegel. He's back to 11th. Johnny Eckert back to 12th. Thomas Capuano, he's back to 13th. So the tire strategy not working out for those drivers, but for others, it has been a perfect. 6 laps to go here. Top 5 is McIntosh, Bracy, Thomas, Jones, and Javier Gamera. Gore, Boutwell, Staff, Evans, and Mahan is the top 10. Daniel Gore has gotten around Sam Boutwell. He's now under fire from Darren Staff, so you see Aaron Evans up there in the top 10. He's now going to make it 3 wide on Darren Staff. Remember, Staff with that right rear damage. That car probably not driving particularly well at the moment. Oh, he's going to slide up there in front of the 47, give a whole lane to the 48. These almost sequential numbers are bugging me to hell. 45, 47, 48, but that's all right. We don't have a 46 out there tonight. Aaron Evans doing a good job keeping the nose clean so far. Battling for that position and sliding up a little bit on entry. We can tell that the right front grip has gone away from these cars.
Oh, there was a pass for the lead.
Oh, yeah, Ray Bracy has gotten around the Tanatai McIntosh. We're going to have to look at that again here. Ray Bracy gets a good run through turn 2, down the backstretch. And I think just he's going to motor on by the number 10 Tanatai McIntosh.
Well,
sure enough. Battling. Oh, they sure are. We're going to have a redux here. Well, Dylan Thomas is going to be involved here, so... Oh, they're going at it once again. 3 laps to go, coming to 2 laps to go. So Ray Bracy on the inside there. Oh, he's going to park the bus and then almost get parked himself. Oh, that was almost a dangerous move. That might have given the win to Ty McIntosh just about. They're now battling for the second place. 4/10 of a second between them and Ty. Now 5/10, now 6/10 of a second. Ty McIntosh driving away here down the backstretch. It's going to be 1 lap to go once we get back to the line. The battle here is for second. Ray Bracy keeps it. He parked the bus last time. Is he going to park the bus once again? Couldn't keep the car on the bottom. Not going to do it here out of turn number 4. Final lap here at the Homestead Miami Speedway for half number 1. Ty McIntosh, 7/10 of a second lead over his teammate Ray Bracy. Ray Bracy now battling with the 03 of Dylan Thomas. I think something might have happened to Aaron Evans, but we'll check up on that later. The battle here for second. Is Dylan Thomas going to have anything for Ray Bracy? Not yet. He's going to try the high side through 3 and 4. I think McIntosh has it. Out of turn number 4. It's going to be another win on the season for Ty McIntosh. 3 in a row for the driver of the 10. Dylan Thomas does not do it on Ray Bracey. Kynan Jones comes home 4th. Gilberto Javier Gamera 5th. Daniel Gore 6th. Aaron Evans 7th. Great run for him. Sam Boutwell 8th. Dallas Mayan 9th. And Eric Ziegel comes home in 10th.
Three in a row for Ty. I wonder. I think that's happened before, but I don't know how many times that's happened.
Yep, 3 in a row for the driver of the 10. Has all the momentum on his side tonight, and he is going to be starting 10th in half number 2, as we mentioned, 10-car invert. So that will put him right back in the field. So we will get an interview with him in just a moment. All right, I got him here. Ty McIntosh, get a copy.
Yes, sir, buddy.
All right, man. Well, 3 in a row. How about that? That's a pretty good sounding thing, I think. But a good battle there at the end with you and Ray Bracey. Take us through your race.
Yeah, just obviously winning the pole. Kind of knew that pace every lap wasn't going to work, so I backed it down and maintained for what I thought was going to work for the short run until we got that yellow, and then it was kind of a weird pivot point, and I knew that people were going to pit, and I didn't want to. I felt like that's not how I expected that to play out. I thought that we would maybe run 20 and then have a yellow, and then they would have to use the set when we used a set, so then we would still have one in the bag. But ultimately, no, I think that worked out a lot better than I thought for myself and Ray. Ray committed with it, with the strategy with me, and ultimately that was probably the best that I could have ever asked for. And I told him that I wanted him to race me, and that's kind of what we talked about. Was like, as teammates, we worked together to a point, and then we fight it out, and that was awesome, and that's an absolute blast. I mean, I love Homestead Miami. I love it.
Amen.
Yep, it sure was fun to watch, and I mean, you're going to be starting right next to each other here in half number 2, back in the 10th position, so right on top of your team. Oh my God, that's a way to put it, but that might be in a video here soon. But
Probably.
You'll be in 10th, he'll be in 9th, so you'll be on the same row. What's your strategy for? I mean, you started on the pole here in half number 1, so you didn't have to pass a whole lot of cars at the start. You had to pass some later on, but how are you going to manage to start? It was pretty chaotic here in half number 1. Probably going to be the same here in half number 2, but how are you going to survive?
I mean, I think it's going to be a lot of the same thing. I know it's going to be a night race, so the track's going to be a little bit grippier than it was here. I know it was probably like 120 when we started, so probably the same thing. Just save tire, back it up, just do what I can to make sure that I'm in a position at the end of the race, just like I did in the first one, and we'll see what happens.
All right, well, go out there and have some fun there in half number 2. It's always a fun one to watch here. Lots of chaos, 3 wide, beating and banging. It's like a short track, but it's not. But before we let you go, any sponsor shout-outs?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I got to thank, I know he and I had a great battle, but Ray made this awesome Timator paint that I'm doing burnouts with here on the backstretch, and it looks great. It's pretty cool. Movie night, I was originally going to do Spider-Man, and then Danny pointed out that I was like OSCA's Tomator, so we made it happen, and he did a great job with that. Everybody at Redux, Danny, Noah, Aaron, and Dave were in the Alliance chat tonight with the Rio Grande guys, so it's awesome to have them in the chat with us. Thrash is watching. He's always watching. Love you, buddy. Thanks for hanging out and supporting. Everybody that sponsors the 10-car, 3-wide TV, you guys, obviously, Carlos has been huge. It's my Peruvian sponge cake. Weekend Woodsman, Binks Designs, Nismo Records, everybody that sponsors Redux. Just thankful to actually string some good races together for these guys. And 5 wins on a season. If you told me that was going to happen, I would have told you were stupid. So here we are.
Well, I can tell you why that's happening, but I'll tell that's for not broadcast. I know why. So anyway, yeah, 5 wins on the season. You're cooking out there, and I mean, if you went out here again in half number 2, you will match Austin for the most on the season. So grabbing some points and doing great. Good job out there, and yeah, go put on a show for us in half number 2.
Thanks, buddy.
All right. That was race winner half number 1, Ty McIntosh, 5th win on the season, as we said. We got about 5 minutes here left in the warm-up. We're going to take a short break. Be right back for the start of half number 2 and 52 more laps of excitement. All right, welcome back to the Homestead Miami Speedway for round or half number 2 of tonight's event. We'll go ahead and go through the grid. Eric Ziegel is going to be your pole sitter. Next to Dallas Myhan, Sam Boutwell lines up 3rd next to Aaron Evans in 4th. Daniel Gore lines up 5th next to Gilberto Javier Gamera in 6th. 7th place will be Kynan Jones next to Dylan Thomas in the 03. In 8th place. 9th will be Ray Bracey next to race winner Ty McIntosh. Number 10 in 10th place. 11th is Darren Staff next to Johnny Eckert in 12th. Lucky 13th for half number 2 is Dave Carpenter next to Thomas Capuano in 14th. 15th is Zach Evans next to Lightning McQueen, Olivia Hammond in 16th. 17th is Dylan Gooden next to Adam Peeler in 18th. 19th is Ty Alkus in the 89 next to Noah Brown in P20. DJ Weeks lines up 21st in the blackjack position next to Dave Huckleberry in the 52. 23rd is James Watson next to Nate Hall in 24th. 25th is Austin Beers next to Patrick Hahey, lines up 26th. Then 27th is going to be Neil Rutt, who I don't actually believe is here for half number 2.
He has not gridded up. I believe
So 26 cars.
Jake was going to try to make the second half, but the first half was very short, so he is not going to be able to make the second half.
So, a couple of cars here that showed a lot of speed in half number 1, Eric Ziegel and Dallas Myhan. They're now starting on the front row. At number 78, almost, I'd say even looking better there with the Twilight.
Oh,
But 52 more laps in front of these drivers, so they have the practice under their belts. They know what the track is more or less going to do. Sun has set a little bit here in South Florida. The track is shaded. We've got more grip. Pace truck is off. And we are green for half 2. Homestead Miami Speedway. Great restart there for the inside line. Eric Ziegel leading it. Going to pull Sam Boutwell along just a little bit up to block the 78 of Dallas Myhan, but pretty easy peasy for him through 1 and 2. Sam Boutwell a little bit slower than the cars behind him. That's going to create a bit of a jam up here. Daniel Gore trying to go outside, but not going to have the straightaway speed. Hearing that Zach Evans is not happy about something that happened on the start, so I'll have to go back and see what happened to that. I think he might be upset with potentially the 75 of Dylan Gooden. But either way, yeah, they were 4 wide for just a moment, but up here closer to the front, yeah, there's Dylan Gooden right there. He's now fallen behind that little group. Josh there in the 10. He's actually lost a couple spots at this point. He's running in the 12th position. Olivia Hammond there in 11. She's gained a couple spots, but Ty McIntosh saying something that he doesn't remember that in the movie, so I'd have to... Something probably happened between those two. Aaron Evans now looking on the inside of her. Not going to be able to make the move down the backstretch. I think we have quickly somewhat settled down here a little bit. We minded our P's and Q's for the time being. Aaron Evans a little bit tight there. Battle up here at the front. Daniel Gore in the 69, he is in a third position, leads this little group of cars. Battle behind is Connor Jones and Sam Boutwell. We're about as calm as we have been tonight, so I'm not sure if that is a recipe for disaster or if this is going to be the calm half, as we typically have a calm and a messy half here in OSCA, so maybe half one was the worst of it. We have a lot of race to go here. Battled behind Darren Staff around the 03 of Dylan Thomas.
The closer we get to midnight, the better that 45 will be.
Absolutely, yeah. Johnny Eckert there on the inside of Gilly. Out of turn number 4, not going to make the spot at the line, but Eckert has been quick on that bottom side. Here comes Thomas Capuano. He's looking 3 wide in turn 1 on Ty McIntosh. This is what I'd like to call a wad back here, led by Ty McIntosh, but they're about to be 3 wide. Aaron Evans there on the outside, Thomas Capuano on the inside. Got the makings for about a 9-car wreck right here, but so far they have minded their P's and Q's. See Austin Beers in that pack as well. Ty Alkus, Zach Evans, Dave Carpenter, Noah Brown. This is from approximately 12th to 18th place, 18th, 19th place. So kind of the back half of the field right here, but they're trying to make something happen. Ty McIntosh, race winner, has not made a lot of progress. Actually, we talked about him moving backwards a little bit, so not sure if he has just decided to save tires and kind of intentionally keep the pace down, or if maybe dirty air is an issue or whatever, but we will definitely know. Somebody will say something at the end of this race, I'm sure. At the front, Dylan Thomas, Darren Staff made some contact in turn forward. This front group has spread out while we still have that wad of cars back, kind of in that back half of the field fight. So we might be getting into a situation where they start to pull away pretty significantly, and that big wad of car, they can't really get single file to start making lap time, so they might fall really far back here. Looking at the back half of the front group here, we kind of have a right back here to Gilly in 10th, and then 11th there is Olivia Hammond, kind of leading a big wad of cars that goes all the way back to about 18th place here. Gotten to see this more at like Daytona and Talladega, but we do have a contact there. Beers and Evans.
These two guys are beefing in the halftime.
Yeah, they've been beefing a lot lately, so Beers obviously getting a push from his teammate Ty Alkus, wants to probably get around this 48 as quick as possible. Oh, that's gonna be close. Wow, the netcode working with those two right now for Evans and Alkus. That could have been disastrous, but we are going to keep it green here, and hopefully no more beef between those two. Ty McIntosh was able to get around Olivia Hammond for that 11th position. At say I'd probably put money on the fact that he was just tire saving just a little bit here. We have some action at the front. Ziegel now in tow from, he's got company. Daniel Gore, Dallas Mayan, Kynan Jones, they are all right in tail on the back of that 55. Daniel Gore actually looking to make a move right now into turn 3. He's not going to wait any longer. That is close. Eric Ziegel is not giving Daniel Gore a whole lot of room, but I don't think Daniel Gore needs a whole lot of room because he is going to, well, he's going to be side by side, but that outside line superiority with this package just kind of coming into play here. And ooh, tight, almost some contact between those two. We saw Gore have contact with another TFM car in half one. He got into Austin Beers. Probably doesn't want to repeat that here in half two. Ziegel with a bit of a push from behind the 78. He's that 769. Daniel Gore is tight. He is pushing up in these corners, and gonna have to be careful with. Hopefully that netcode's gonna work with us tonight because we don't want to see anyone spun out by that. But definitely looking like it is has worked with us tonight for the most part. Dallas Mayan has got around Daniel Gore, so now he tails the 55 of Eric Ziegel. Dallas Mayan looking for his first win of the season. Look at that. 4 distinct lines through the corners at this Homestead Miami Speedway, and that is one of the reasons why we love this place so much. It gives the drivers so many options, even with a horsepower limited package like this. You can see just all the lines they are running and all of them working depending on how they get driven by the drivers. So it's a driver's paradise, I think. Ooh, contact there. The 69 at Gore was sideways. I think he got plunked from behind from Dallas Mayan. That's ooh, we got definitely some action here at the front, and lap 17 of 52. We're not quite halfway yet. But it's been great racing nonetheless. Eric Ziegel's loving this in his mirror. Kynan Jones, he was quick in half number 1, showing some speed here in half 2 inside of the 3-time champion. Down into turn 1, side by side, almost some contact between the 85 and the 69. Once again, testing the limits of the net code here through turns 1 and 2. These drivers wanting to make those passes stick on the bottom, because if they don't, you're at risk of losing 2-3 spots. Once you get to the straightaway, we have 3 wide tight, 3 wide Gilberto, Javier Gomera, and Ray Bracy. Dylan Thomas there as well. Bracy in the wall just a little bit. We saw that be a problem in half 1 with Adam Peeler. He bounced off the wall, and that caused a several car wreck on the front stretch. Be careful with that, but Ray Bracy doing a good job up here in the 6th position. Looking from behind from the 55 of Ziegel. He's led most, if not all, of this race. Close from behind. Bit of a bump draft from the 69 of Gore. Gonna push him down the front stretch.
Oh!
Oh, big wreck. Kynan Jones, Gilberto, Ray Bracy, Ty McIntosh, I think, in there as well. Wow. What happened here? There's James Watson down there as well. Let's consult the handy dandy replay and see what that has to say. Oh. So this was for 7th. Ray Bracy goes low to make a move. And goes up the track a little bit and net code.
It was gonna come back to bite them at some point. They were playing too close.
Yeah.
They were flying too close to the sun.
Yep, it had giveth, and now it had taketh away. And big hit there for Gilly. I think Bracy, yep, he gets into Ty McIntosh, so
A lot of fan favorites.
the 1-2 of half one here wrecked. Half two. A couple other drivers who showed a lot of speed as well. Gilly, Kynan Jones. So who's all got meatballs? Ray Brace has got a meatball. Ty McIntosh has a meatball. Kynan Jones, Ty Alkas, who got there at the end. He's got a meatball. Gilly's got a meatball. So that took out a lot of strong cars here. On lap 21 here. On board here with Ray Bracy. A couple big hits. Last big hit there with Ty Alkas. Just could not slow the car down and get out of the way.
Everyone got run
Go on
by
board
the
here
way.
with Ty McIntosh. Ooh, yep. At first, that looked like a small hit, but that was a very big hit. And then there at the end, just to cherry on top. Kind of Jones on board right here. So somehow Kynan Jones not having a meatball out of that. But pit stops here. Kind of Eric Ziegel gets out first. Daniel Gore second.
We have a couple drivers in interview waiting.
Oh, we sure do. Let's go ahead and get one. Hey, Gilly, it's Cam. You got a copy?
Hey, I got you guys loud and clear.
All right, man. Well, unfortunate end to your half here. Like you were running pretty strong out there, but tell us about your night.
Yeah, no, I felt pretty good out there. Half one kind of worked a little bit in my favor with that last caution. Was able to pit, get some fresh tires, and I think came from like 18th all the way to 5th at the end of that run. So I felt pretty good there. And this half, it was more the same. I started in 6th and kind of stayed up there in the top 10 for most of the night, for practically the whole night. Car felt really good, just kind of had to be a little more consistent running the wall in 1 and 2 and not hit the wall as much. But overall, I was pretty satisfied with the night. Just a shame I didn't get to finish it out.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate. And this is looks like a pretty fun race out there. It looks like a lot of the maybe you can shed some light at this. The cars look really tight on entry, and so a lot of drivers are sliding up on the bottom, and it's making some close calls.
Yeah, no, the car is definitely a lot tighter. That's why I was mainly running the top. You can make the bottom work if you slow it down enough, especially later in the run when people are running the top and killing their tires. You can actually make the bottom work a little bit better. But the car definitely did not like to stand at the bottom. So it took a lot of patience to stay down there and just letting people get by you and then having them come back to you eventually. Just one of those things that I think that everybody was struggling with, including myself. But overall, it made the racing a lot of fun.
It sure looks fun out there, but anyway, moving on to next week. How are we looking forward to Indy?
Going to Indy next week. Okay. I mean, might do well. I think last time we were at Indy, we were in the trucks, and I felt like I qualified well and raced well, but execution just was not part of it. I'm hoping to execute a little bit better next week and actually get a couple better finishes and maybe get a good, strong finishes to kind of claw my way into the chase standings here.
Yeah, Indy's always a wild card. It's I think if you're, it's almost the way you approach Indy is kind of like a road course. If you got to do consistent laps at lap after lap after lap, corner after corner after corner, and it's very, some people like it, some people hate it. I kind of tend to like it, but it's definitely a different type of oval than something like here at Homestead. But before we let you go, Gilly, any sponsors or shout outs?
Yeah, shout out to James for putting the team together and letting me race with him this season. Shout out to Weekend Woodsman, to Tim, for hopping on board again this season, as always. And shout out to you guys for putting a great broadcast as always. It's always a lot of fun watching you guys run this back and put the show up for us. And thanks to Vic for putting the league up together as well.
Appreciate you taking some time to talk to us, Gilly. Tough break out there, but good luck next week.
All right, thank you guys.
All right, we got a pretty full interview waiting. So a lot of drivers come out of this infield care center. We'll go ahead and just knock them off one by one. Next one in there is Ty McIntosh, so we'll bring him up. Ty, it's Cam. You got a copy?
Sure do, buddy.
Well, interview waiting is pretty full down there, so wanted to get you all off one by one, or bring you up one by one. Did I say? Oh my God! Did I say the word? Whatever.
Yeah,
Anyway,
you're providing good second video content. So all I got.
Yeah, that's fine. It's been a long day and a long week, but this has been a pretty good race to watch. I mean, race one, obviously the win for you, but you looked like, I don't know if you were saving tire or maybe just got affected by dirty air or what, but you were up to about 10th or so when that wreck happened. Tell us about your half two.
Yeah, no, that was the plan. I was saving tire and just hitting the bottom, and I went back and looked at lap times. I was fastest car on the racetrack, and the only tire that wasn't 90% was the right front. So we were doing great. Just nothing Ray could do. It was net code, obviously. So it's things happen, and I was on the bad end of it. But 3 wins in a row. I mean, it is what it is. It had to end eventually.
Yeah, sure enough, and we still got a lot of action going on the track tonight. They're still bouncing off each other, but looking forward to next week. It's Indy. How are we looking forward to that one?
I mean, I think it's one of those tracks where it's going to be unknown until we get there. Oh, geez, Louise. Okay. It's going to be unknown until we get there. Sorry, I'm watching what's going on the track, but just probably chaos, but it is what it is. We'll manage it at this point. I'm not looking forward to seeing the points after this. We just got up to second and going to take a hit back, but we'll see what happens.
Well, before we let you go, Ty, any sponsor shout-outs once more?
Yeah, no, everybody at Redux, everybody that sponsors the 10 car, everybody that sponsors Redux as a whole. Ray for making the paint, you guys put it on the show, Vic for dealing with the madhouse that we all bring and whatnot. But yeah, no, other than that, you guys are the goats. Thrasher, we're still here watching, so just thanks to you guys for putting on the show.
Yeah, he was cheering you on, but I appreciate you taking some time to talk to us. And hey, you got a win of the night, so at least something good. There's always that. Oh, well, they're wrecking again.
Oh, man.
So there they go.
Well, have fun.
Yeah, we will have fun with that. You have fun as well.
Quickly go over the wreck.
All right. Yep. While we were at the interview with Ty, looks like Ty or Capuano.
Exactly.
The Evans has gotten to each other. And away they went. Yep, that just hit the wall there a little bit. Evans on Evans contact, and Thomas Capuano gets spun around. All right. Practice top 10 real quick. Eric Ziegel, Austin Beers, the TFM teammates are 1-2. Dallas Myhand, Aaron Staff, RKM 3-4. Johnny Eckert's 5th. Noah Brown 6th. Daniel Gore 7th. 2 Redux teammates. Dylan Thomas, Sam Boutwell, and Olivia Hammond is the top 10. Let's go ahead and pull up Ray Bracey. Ray, it's Cam. I heard the fart. You got a copy?
I sure do, yeah.
All right. Well, we had a wreck right at the end of Ty's interview in true OSCA fashion. So second place in half one there.
Did we pull up butthead or something? What's going on?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, that was a lot of fun until it wasn't. Basically, I messed up really bad. I was just trying to get alongside Kynan, and then I just kind of overcorrected, I guess. I don't know.
No, it's just netcode.
It was ruled netcode, but I I'd still take blame if it was ruled against me. So it was just a rough night, or rough way to go. Well, it was actually a really fun race. It was a lot of fun battling, but yeah, hate it for Kynan, hate it for Ty and Gilly. It still feels like my fault. So, but you know, it's happened to me many times, and I finally get to return the favor. So, I guess you could say.
I mean, hey, you got the second place there in half number one, battling with the teammate, and that looked pretty fun. Showed a lot of speed, and I thought you were gonna have it there for a little bit, but good battle there at the end. I mean, looking forward to next week. We go to Indy. How are you looking forward to that one?
Well, I wasn't really looking forward to this race because I didn't do a lot of practicing, but I still ended up with a good strategy call, and I did pretty well in the second half until I messed up. And so Indy itself, is it the oval or the road course? I can't remember. I assume the oval.
The oval.
Yeah, I like Indy. It's a little funky, but it's fun. I feel relatively confident I could get at least a top 10 out of it. So yeah, sorry, they're talking to me in the voice chat, but I'm trying. But yeah, it'll be a fun race, I think. I don't know if we keep this high new package going on, I think that's been making things a lot more fun too. I like the higher speeds, and it just feels better overall. I don't know. I don't really know enough to say whether or not it's true or false, but it feels different. It feels much more alive driving this car. So I don't know. It's a lot of fun. Indy will be
I'd
fun
say more horsepower is always better.
Exactly. Yeah. That just logically makes sense in my opinion.
Well, luckily I was around on the sim to drive these cars when they had 900 horsepower, and yeah, they were quite a blast. So, anyway, before we let you go, any sponsors or shout outs?
Yeah, thanks to the Redux guys, fun group of guys, race with. Ty and I did a great strategy working together until the very end there. Thanks to my wife, who I love so much. Thanks to Pushkin. Watch quick shifts. Maybe I'll make one if I'm not feeling lazy, and have fun.
Glad to hear you're feeling better, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, it's not completely over, but it will be soon. So.
Absolutely. Well, appreciate you taking the time to talk to us, Ray, and good that you are feeling a little bit better. Yeah, it's those kinds of things always just like take forever.
Yeah.
Anyway, oh well, we got Indy snaking now.
And yeah, Indy will be fun. Hopefully, I'll be better by then. So we'll see.
All right.
Have a good one. Thank you, guys.
See ya.
Our round goes to 45.
Oh, staff around, third caution. heard the team owner's reaction over the radio about that one. Johnny Eckert has the lead. Olivia Hammond is second currently. See what happened here on the replay. I think I think he just got sandwiched, and Daniel Gore is involved as well. Patrick Hahey and maybe Dylan Thomas. Oh, they were 4 wide. Catches Daniel Gore. Around both of them go.
That was pretty crazy. That's just a racing incident, like a textbook definition. They were going to go 4 wide into 2 spots.
Yeah. Netcode being rolled for race control.
By the way, Patrick Hahey and Adam Peeler both got meatball flags from that.
We're working about 16 laps to go, I believe, here. If you're still with us, thank you for keeping around. It's 10:30 on the East Coast, so many of these OSCA races can tend to run a little bit late, and our dedicated viewers, thank you. We do love and appreciate you very much here at 3 Rod TV. Let's go down your top 10 real quick one more time. Johnny Eckert's the leader. Olivia Hammond second. Sam Boutwell third. Dylan Gooden fourth. James Watson fifth. Austin Beers sixth. Eric Siegel seventh. Dallas Myhan eighth. Dylan Thomas ninth. And Dave Carpenter is 10th. We'll go ahead and just go through the rest of the field since we don't have the field doubled up just yet. EJ Weeks, he is 11th. Dave Carpenter's 12th. Dave Huckleberry's 13th. 14th is Nate Hall. 15th is Daniel Gore. 16th, Aaron Evans. 17th, Adam Peeler. 18th, Thomas Capuano. 19th, Zach Evans. 20th is Ty Alcas. 21st, Kynan Jones. 22nd, Darren Staff. He's the last car on the lead lap. Patrick Cahey is 1 lap down. I believe he is still in his pit box. Gilberto Javier Gamera, Ray Bracey, Ty McIntosh. We talked to all 3 of those. They are all retired from the event. We have doubled them up here. It's roughly matching the pace and cautions of our first half. Working the third one of this second half. We will be going green here, so interesting to see how this one plays out. Not many laps left to make moves and do what you need to do, so I'm sure the aggression level will be quite high. Johnny Eckert is the control car on the outside. Pace truck is off. And here we go. Great restart for Johnny. He's going to have a car length and a half lead by the time we get to turn number 1. He's going to pull Dylan Gooden alongside his team owner, Olivia Hammond. She's on the bottom. Sam Boutwell there in the fourth position, excuse me, battling with Austin Beers. He's looking racy. 3 wide down the backstretch. I think that's Adam Peeler back there. Thomas Capuano as well. James Watson, he was all sorts of sideways through 3 and 4. Big battle. Austin Deers on the inside. He's going to make the move, trying to get around Johnny Ecker. That car is fast here. Been in a couple accidents, I think in both halves here is the 19, but still has quite a bit of speed. And we know the driver is resilient. Down into turn number 3. A couple other cars coming through the field as well. There's Dallas Mayan trying to make some moves. They're 3 wide. They're thinking 4 wide, but I don't think that would be smart at this point, but they don't do it. Austin Beers has taken the lead from Eckert. We'll see if Eckert has anything in return. Eric Siegel's coming through as well. So the TFM car is showing a lot of speed here in half 2.
Aaron Staff with the fastest lap of the race.
Yep, Initial D has come out to play, and he is, you see him back there right at the back half here, 8th place. Does he have anything? 11 laps to go. Austin Beers out of turn number 4. We're coming to 10 to go.
Caution.
And the caution is out. I think Aaron Evans is the one who's the car that has spun around.
I think Aaron Evans
Not sure what has happened.
Pretty much near the caution every single time. Not saying he's caused it or been involved in it. He's just been near it.
Yeah, I'm sure he will be excited to get out of... Ooh, Thomas Capuano. Well, ooh, Nate Hall as well. Nowhere to really go for him.
Oh.
And, well...
We don't really know where this was going to go.
Yeah.
We just have to back it up a little bit more. Just get a different view of it. You know, he kind of held his lane, and then the 21 got a good run on the bottom. I can't fully blame the 48 on that one. He moved down, but then he kind of just held his lane.
Yeah, I am not really sure. We'll see what race control has to say about that one, but either way, it's our fourth caution of the night. Don't think we'll see anyone come down for tires. Some of
Yeah,
the
a couple people.
back half of the top 10 here. Well, yeah, there's Eckert, there's Gooden, there was James Watson as well.
This will be good for Johnny Eckert, Dylan Gooding, Olivia Hammond. They will, if we go green, they will probably get back up to the front. Although I'm not sure if the people that pitted on the previous caution, like Darren Staff, Noah Brown, Zach Evans, I think they might be in the best position because there really hasn't been that many laps since the caution. And we saw how fast Darren Staff was on that last restart. So the tires are definitely helping out.
Yep, so that's going to be an interesting little restart here once we get going green. What's our lap count now? 45. We're going to have, what, 8 laps to go, 7 to go once we get to the green, probably. We'll see. Hopefully we get the lights off once we get around here. And a night that has not been devoid of action. Lots of stuff happening in both of these halves up to this point, and there's still a lot yet to come. Awesome Beer's going to take the top, and it's going to be an all TFM front row, so you can probably expect them to probably time this one just a little bit. Maybe the 19 goes a hair before the 55 and tries to slot in or something like that. We'll see if they do anything like that. But real quick, the top 10. Austin Beers, Eric Ziegel, Dallas Myhan, Dylan Thomas, Darren Staff, Noah Brown, Dave Carpenter, Zach Evans, Dave Huckberry, and DJ Weeks. I would not be surprised at all if this was not the last caution, because we're only going to turn the aggression up from here. And we will not see a second sweep in a row. Of course, Ty McIntosh, the winner of half one, he's been out of the race for 25 laps along with his teammate Ray Bracey. Final moments there, pace truck. Gonna make the hard left turn down pit road. Here we go, down to the wire. Green flag is out. Great restart for the 19. He's gonna do exactly what I expected. He's gonna pull right down in front of the 55 here. Yep, the two best wingmen of the season at the front of the field. It's gonna be hard to beat them from here. 6 laps to go. The battle is for third. Dallas Myhan and Dylan Thomas. Down the backstretch. Advantage Dallas Myhan, but here comes Noah Brown to spoil the party as well. He's looking 3 wide. Not going to happen into turn 3. They're scattering behind them. Darren Staff is back there as well. Zach Evans has got himself up to the 7th position. Noah Brown looking on the outside of Myhan. Noah Brown going all the way up to the outside in turns 1 and 2. We'll see if that gets him the run he needs to get around the 78. He's got some speed. Looking inside into 3. I think he might have it here following the 03 of Dylan Thomas. It's a TFM lockout of the 1-2 positions. The fight is for third right now. 4 laps to go. Not a lot of time. Noah Brown using that extreme inside of 1 and 2. Everybody else goes high. Noah Brown says, thank you for the free real estate. He's going to have not so great of a run down the backstretch, but I think it's going to net him a position anyway. Side by side with the 78. Dylan Thomas a little bit out of shape. Bit of a wad behind, led by, I think that's Darren Staff. He's battling with Zach Evans. Noah Brown looking on the inside of Dylan Thomas. He's carrying the Redux flag right now. Dylan Thomas carrying the Binks flag. We got juking behind 75 of Dylan Gooden trying to get around Zach Evans there. 3 laps to go, coming to 2 to go here. Does anyone have anything for the TFM duo of Beers and Ziegel? If anyone does, it's gonna have to be Noah Brown. Noah drives it hard into turns 1 and 2. Using that inside lane. That's also where Beers and Ziegel are. Oh, we got trouble on the backstretch. I think that's Johnny Eckert around, yep. It's our 5th caution of the half, and I think, well, the almost assured TFM duo is now not so assured, and get a replay of what happened here. We were 3 wide out of turn number 2. It's DJ Weeks there being pushed by Eckert, and just, I think, yeah, we'll see if maybe we need another angle of that, because we know the netcode has been worse this second half. We'll see what happens here, and nope, that actually I don't think was netcode at all.
I know what happened. So the 90 was bump drafting and trying to give that 97 a bump, and when you're just focusing on the car in front of you, the 97 went up, and instinctively the 90 went up as well, and unfortunately there was a car there.
Yeah, I think your assessment there, Carlos, is exactly correct. And on board with him, you can see it right there. Just unfortunate situation for all involved, but such is racing sometimes. On board here with Darren Staff, having some banter in the voice chat going on right now. And this will be our first and only green white checkered of the night. See Ray Bracey out there getting one of his 24 laps back. Both him and Ty McIntosh out there many laps down, but going to finish the race nonetheless. Base truck lights should be going off this time, and you can already tell that Austin Beers will be taking the outside once again, so we can probably expect much the same on this restart. But 1.5 more miles of caution before we get to the final attempt at a green-white checker here, the first and only attempt we will have. More banter on the radio going on right now, so we need to find a way to maybe stream some of this to the broadcast at some point. Only some of it though. We don't want to get super banned or something from YouTube here, but here we go. Base truck making the hard left onto pit road. Austin Beers is the leader, and away we go. Great restart for the 19. He is shot out of there. It's going to probably pull right in front of the 55 like he did on the last half, and there he goes. Car length and a half as they get to turn number 1. Battle is for 4th now. Myhand and Thomas. I think Noah Brown has that 3rd position under lock right now. Looking racy there with Eric Ziegel going into turn number 3. Brown goes low. Ziegel down to block. It's Thomas and Dylan Gooden there for 5th place out of turn number 4. Final lap here at Homestead. I think the Austin Beers lead is quite large here. We'll see if Noah Brown could do anything with Eric Ziegel. Through turns 1 and 2, I think Ziegel looking in that mirror more than he's looking out front. Going to be hard for Brown to do something. He's going to have to pull a Hail Mary. Oh, trouble there for Myhand. He's around. Back up into traffic. Nope, he's not. But through 3 and 4. Another win on the season for the driver of the 19. Here's Austin Beers. He wins half 2 at Homestead, Miami. Followed by Ziegel, Brown, Gooden, and Thomas, the top 5. And what a performance for that Skyline themed paint scheme. A complete reversal of half number 1. Gets it done here and gets some points for his standings going through this. We're at the midpoint of the season. And he's missed some races. He needs to gather as many points as he can, and he's doing exactly just that tonight. I believe that'll be his 6th win on the season. Nope, that'll actually be his 7th win. So burning it down, and we'll let these drivers get collected, get their thoughts collected, do what they need to do. I think Beers actually broke the car doing a burnout.
He broke the car.
And we'll have
going sideways.
Well, he will do that, and we'll let them get their thoughts collected, get out of the car, do what they need to do, and we'll have interviews here shortly. All right, welcome back to the Homestead Miami Speedway. Let's go ahead and get a quick replay of the final lap incident that involved the 78 of Dallas Myhand. And he was racing with Dylan Thomas here. Just a little bit of contact. I think both cars ended up migrating into each other. No contact with anything for Dallas. He actually straightens it up there in the inner access road. Gets it pointed back to the right direction. There it is. Head on again. But big loss of position, falls out of the top 5 to a 21st place finish and the last car on the lead lap. So unfortunate for him. Looking for any of our top 3 finishers. I don't see them in interview waiting. I actually don't see the Alliance chat either, which I think is where... No, it might be. But we'll go ahead and give a few more moments here. Yep, there is Eric. We'll drag him up and wait for the others to arrive. Eric, this is Cam in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, man. Well, a 10th and a 2nd on the night. Two, I would say, very different races at first that ended up looking kind of like each other. Bit of chaos in both halves, but tell us about your night.
Like I said last week, I'm not that good here. The first half cautions didn't fall in my favor. I ended up burning the tires off of it in that last run and faded back to 10th. Second half was definitely a lot better. Just not a big fan of the track.
Well, I think, yeah, I'd say that that's probably a minority opinion, I think, but that's quite all right. You know, a lot of people love and hate tracks that, that's the great thing. But anyway, looking forward to next week. It's Indy. How do you feel about that one?
I love Indy. Honestly, I haven't raced there in a while, but hopefully we continue this streak of running good.
All right, I think a pretty good haul of points for you tonight. A good haul of points for the team as well there in half number 2. Before we let you go, any sponsors or shoutouts?
Oh, of course, always gotta shout out my wife, the puppy Maple, Team Fenceline, Beers, Alcus, Tom, Fenceline Films, Natural Design, you guys for putting on the broadcast, and Vic for dealing with us.
Absolutely. Well, appreciate you talking to us tonight, Eric. Congrats on the 2nd place there in half 2, and hope to be talking to you next week.
Sounds good. See you guys next week.
Yep.
Oh, we can't find the other two. Do you want to bring up Olivia?
There's Austin down there.
Where is he?
He's in Team
okay.
Fenceline.
I missed it. Okay, there we go. Go ahead and bring him up.
Austin, Scam, you got a copy?
I got you.
Yeah, well, 2 very different races for you there in half 1 and 2. Got the win there in half 2, and got beat up there in half 1. But tell us about your night.
Yeah, so obviously we were fast in the beginning, just kind of riding around, and Gore got a run on me out of 2, and I think it just got sucked into my left rear and spun me around, but that's fine. And then just got collected in other people's mess coming through the field, but is what it is. And yeah, just worked my way through the field the second half, kind of just trying not to kill it with the right front, and was able to catch the lead pack there, and that yellow came out, restarted, I think 7th, and was able to maneuver on the bottom when everybody was kind of strung out up top. And I think I believe it was Gooden maybe that got in the back of Daniel there, and I got in because of it. No, it was Dallas. Dallas got in the back of Gore, and I was able to clear both of them, and was able to get by Ziegel on a restart, I believe. So, yeah, just tale of 2 halves. Happy to be back in the winner's circle.
Yeah, absolutely. And a 7th win on the season. It's looking pretty good. Been back and forth between TFM and Redux kind of for who's been stronger here and there, but we're going to Indy next week. How do you feel about that one?
That's not one of my best tracks, but I think with the draft and stuff, I think it'll be a pretty big conga line, but the dirty air is going to be tough for people in the corner. So we'll see what that provides for racing, and hopefully TFM can come out on top again.
All right. Well, sure enough. Before we let you go, Austin, any sponsors or shoutouts?
Yep. Black Flag Podcast, Joyous Seating, Shark Lounge, Hacks, Discord, Fenceline Films, Tom Capuano does a great job. Swift Springs, Brembo brakes, Chalu Performance, Mountain Dew, SSR suspension. Everybody on Team Fence Line Motorsports, as always, Ty, Alkus, and Ziegel and Tom did a great job tonight. That 1-2 really helps us in the points that second half between me and Ziegel. April for always watching us. You guys for putting on a great broadcast, and Vic for putting up with us idiots. Also, big shout out to Tom because I think that scheme looked really good. The Paul Walker Fast and Furious, I believe it was the second movie, but I really enjoy that car, so shout out to him.
All right, awesome. Well, congrats out there. Good win in there in half number 2. And
Thank you.
hopefully we'll talk to you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
All right, and well, we're getting word that Noah Brown has declined the interview, so why don't we go ahead and take a peek at the interview waiting room. We do have Olivia Hammond, so we'll go ahead and I'll bring her up and see what she has to say. Olivia, this is Cam in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you loud and clear.
All right. Well, how about that? Homestead Miami is one of my favorite tracks. You got 16th and a top 10 there in half number 2. I'd say both of these races looked very different in the beginning and ended up like looking the same in the end, kind of chaotic in different ways. But take us through your night.
Yeah, so half 1 was kind of mediocre for us, and the rest is Toyota Camry. We struggled a lot with rear end grip, and in half 1, that first stint, I didn't have force feedback, so I was going completely off visual. So I gave up a lot of track position there under that first pit stop, but I got it all back. And then half 2, I feel like went way better for us. We had a couple close calls. We about died there on the coming to the white. Zach got into the right left rear and almost turned us, but I saved it because I am Lightning McQueen, obviously. But yeah, really good second half for us. First top 10 of the season. Granted, it's my 3rd race of the season, but plenty to build on for Iowa.
Well, sure enough, and
We're not going to.
you will be Iowa will be in a month's time, but how are you looking forward to Indy, which is the race next week?
Oh, I could have swore it was in Iowa next week. I don't know. Indy's not one of my strong suits, even though I've gotten 2 wins there in officials. So I could pull something out of my rear end, but I feel like just continuing to build momentum is our strong suit and our big focus for the rest of the year. Give us something to build off of for 2026B.
Absolutely, and that was a really cool looking paint scheme you had out there tonight, the Lightning McQueen special. And when you were side by side with Ty in the Ty Mater scheme, it was pretty cool. So I'll have to go get a screenshot of that or something like that. But good run out there. Building momentum is all it's about, and of course, since a lot of these drivers have been racing, these cars in the same drivers, week in, week out for years. So it does take quite a bit to kind of break into that mold and make a name for yourself. So you're doing a good job out there, and hopefully we'll be talking to you next week. But before we let you go, any sponsors or shout outs?
I want to thank Vic for the awesome paint scheme, obviously, and then big thanks to Monster, Operation 300, and all those guys back at the shop for giving me a really fast race car and giving Dylan a really fast race car. He's been phenomenal this year, and I'm really glad to have brought him on board. He's definitely been a big help this season.
Yep, sure enough, and he sure has been doing a good job. But appreciate you taking some time to talk to us, Olivia. Good job out there, and like I said, hopefully we'll be talking to you next week.
Yep. Thank you, and I'll see you guys next week, hopefully.
All right, that was Olivia Hammond with a, well, the graphic says a top 10 at FinSea, so
Oh no!
that is quite all right.
Sorry, Olivia. English is my first language.
Wouldn't even bother changing it. We love it anyway. But that's, I believe that's all we have for you tonight. So hopefully, yep, we do have the results. So let's go ahead and bring those up. Of course, it's going to be Austin Beers with the win, followed home by Eric Ziegel, Noah Brown there in third, Dylan Gooden in fourth, Dylan Thomas fifth, DJ Week sixth, Zach Evans in seventh, James Watson eighth, Olivia Hammond ninth, Daniel Gore 10th, Ty Alkus 11th, Aaron Evans 12th, Thomas Capuano is 13th, Dave Huckleberry 14th, Darren Staff 15th, Sam Boutwell 16th, Dave Carpenter 17th, 18th is Johnny Eckert, 19th, Conan Jones, Adam Peeler 20th, 21st, Dallas Myhand, 22nd, Nate Hall, 23rd, Patrick Hagee, 24th, Ty McIntosh, 25th, Ray Bracey, 26th, Gilberto Javier Gamera. Neil Rutt did not take the start, and Jake Scarborough was on the entry list, did not show up for either half. So that is all we have for you tonight. And join us again next week, same time, same place for some Indianapolis. That will be a fun one. Always fun to race at Indy, but we'd like to thank Rio Grande, Mexican Grill, Easy Motorsports, Brickhouse Graphics, Accelerated Cloud Solutions, and Binks Designs, all of our sponsors for the season. But good night and have a good one.